Have you ever wondered why Tom Cruise, the man who reigns at the top of Hollywood with unmatched fame and a flawless image, is shunned by the biggest stars and caught in endless storms of controversy? Behind the dazzling spotlight and spectacular stunts lies a hidden world filled with secrets, where power, religion, jealousy, and simmering conflicts shape every decision. Broken marriages, silent feuds with John Travolta, Leah Remini, Brad Pitt, and many other household names, all will be unveiled in this video. Don't look away, because the deeper you watch, the more shocking the secrets become. If you find this story gripping, hit like, share the video with your friends, drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the next Hollywood secret. Get ready, because the truth about Tom Cruise might just make you question everything you thought you knew about a superstar. Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise were once a powerhouse couple in the entertainment industry, until their sudden and deeply painful separation completely changed Nicole's world. The announcement of their split shocked not only the public but Nicole herself, who was blindsided and swept up in a whirlwind she never saw coming. Tom Cruise revealed the breakup to the media with the cryptic statement, "Nicole knows why." Yet in truth, Nicole was left utterly in the dark, not knowing why her world was unraveling. There was rampant speculation that Tom's unwavering connection to Scientology was to blame, even though both he and the organization have always denied it. But this split forever altered the bond between Nicole and her children. After the breakup, the children stayed in Los Angeles with their father, while Nicole returned to Australia, turning the mother-child relationship cold and distant. The pain became heartbreakingly clear when Nicole was absent from her adopted children's weddings. One child even left her off the guest list at Tom's request. To say Nicole Kidman simply resented Tom Cruise would be an understatement. Deep inside, she carries wounds and a quiet anger that have never truly healed. After his marriage to Nicole Kidman, Tom Cruise walked down the aisle with Katie Holmes. But this union, too, would unravel in strikingly familiar fashion. This time, however, Katie Holmes took the reins into her own hands. She meticulously plotted her exit for months, quietly cutting off anyone in her inner circle she suspected of remaining loyal to Tom Cruise. With calculated precision, Katie found a secret apartment, an undisclosed haven for herself and her daughter, far from prying eyes. Once all the pieces were in place, Katie used a burner phone to break the news to Tom Cruise, ensuring her plan couldn't be derailed. Those close to the couple say Tom was left speechless, stunned for days by the revelation. The divorce went forward, with Katie Holmes gaining full custody of their daughter. Years have passed, and sources close to the family say the pair have never truly reconciled. Rumors linger that Tom Cruise still feels deeply betrayed and abandoned in the wake of Katie's departure. Meanwhile, Katie Holmes appears to harbor nothing but cold indifference toward Tom Cruise. Some insiders say she may even resent him, feeling that he drained the life out of her. John Travolta's animosity toward Tom Cruise runs deeper than most would ever imagine, rooted in years of simmering envy and lingering resentment. Both men are towering figures within the Church of Scientology. But John Travolta, having joined back in 1975, rose swiftly through the organization's ranks, long regarded as one of its most influential members. For more than a decade, he reigned supreme, until Mimi Rogers introduced her then-husband Tom Cruise to Scientology after his explosive success in Top Gun. Tom Cruise didn't just win the world's adoration, he quickly became a leading figure in the church, eclipsing even Travolta's star power. This sudden shift sparked open jealousy from Travolta, who at one point wrote a scathing letter to the church president after Cruise received the coveted Freedom Medal of Valor. a distinction Travolta felt should have gone to him. Travolta's discontent with Cruise's status is echoed by many fellow Scientologists, who often side with Travolta's perspective. Are you a fan, a skeptic, or simply someone who admires Tom Cruise's resilience? Leave your mark below and join our growing film-loving community. Tom Cruise and Kirstie Alley, though both followers of Scientology, proved that sharing a faith doesn't always translate to friendship or affection. Leah Remini, a well-known critic of Tom Cruise, brought up the possibility of a rift between Kirstie Alley and Tom in her book, something that surprised many, as no one had previously suspected any discord between them. When tabloids accused Cruise of auditioning women for a romantic role in his life, Kirstie Alley stepped up in his defense. She firmly denied the claims, insisting that journalists should have spoken directly to Cruise for the real story instead of relying on rumors. In her opinion, such diligence would have revealed the truth. Still, Leah Remini revealed that she had heard whispers that Cruise actually disliked both Kirstie Alley and John Travolta. Following Kirstie Alley's passing, speculation about their strained relationship intensified, especially since Tom Cruise remained notably silent, while tributes poured in for the late actress from across Hollywood. His lack of public comment only added more fuel to the fire. Leah Remini has become renowned for her outspoken contempt toward the Church of Scientology, and Tom Cruise in particular. She has never shied away from making her negative opinions about the actor known, seizing every opportunity to express her displeasure. When Top Gun: Maverick was celebrated for supposedly reviving the film industry, Leah Remini took to social media, determined to remind the world of the harm she claims Tom Cruise and his secretive faith have caused. She posted a critical TikTok, declaring that Tom Cruise's polished public persona is nothing but a facade. Remini also weighed in on the viral incident where Cruise was filmed yelling at crew members for ignoring COVID-19 safety rules. She insisted that his supposed concern was disingenuous and even speculated that Cruise himself had orchestrated the leak to gain public sympathy. Remini has made a series of bold accusations online, painting both the actor and the church as masters of deception, hiding countless secrets behind carefully curated images. The Church of Scientology, for its part, has repeatedly fought back, launching public attacks against Remini in return. When Alec Baldwin publicly criticized Tom Cruise, it took many people by surprise. Speaking at Elle magazine's annual Women in Hollywood event, Baldwin addressed the persistent issue of gender pay disparity in the film industry. He quipped that if Tom Cruise were willing to slash his salary by $29 million, it could go a long way toward closing the pay gap. Baldwin made it clear he wasn't laying the blame entirely on one person. But if he had to pick a culprit, he'd have to name Tom Cruise. To highlight the vast earnings gap, Baldwin joked that his own paycheck was about the same as a box of Altoids compared to Cruise's blockbuster paydays. Despite Baldwin's pointed comments, there appeared to be no lingering professional animosity between the two. Both actors starred together in the 2018 film Mission: Impossible – Fallout, where the only reported setbacks on set were due to physical injuries, not personal clashes. David Miscavige wields tremendous power, ranking among the world's most influential figures. Picking a fight with him is widely considered a bad idea. These days, his bond with Tom Cruise is remarkably strong, almost brotherly in its intensity. Yet their friendship wasn't always so seamless, especially after Tom Cruise accidentally slighted the powerful Scientology leader. Tension flared during a lavish party that Miscavige had thrown to welcome a new church member. He even brought in L. Ron Hubbard's personal chef to cater at a stunning poolside setting. However, the festive mood soured when Tom Cruise showed up a full 4 hours late, as recalled by Miscavige's father, Ron Miscavige. David's irritation was unmistakable, not only because of Cruise's tardiness, but also because Cruise excused himself to go to sleep without so much as joining the dinner. Fortunately, this initial misunderstanding was soon put to rest, as Cruise and Miscavige later bonded during a memorable ski hunting trip together. In a refreshingly candid interview with Piers Morgan, Mickey Rourke did not hold back his intense dislike for Tom Cruise. Rourke's feelings came to the surface when asked about his opinion on Top Gun, Maverick's massive box office triumph. With barely disguised disdain, Rourke dismissed such achievements, insisting that they meant nothing to him. His critique went even further, as Rourke admitted he felt not only indifferent toward Cruise, but also utterly lacking in respect for him. He criticized Cruise for essentially playing the same character for over 30 years, never venturing outside his comfort zone. Rourke made it clear that he admires actors who challenge themselves, singling out industry icons like Marlon Brando, Al Pacino, and Robert De Niro, even noting that he and De Niro have had their share of disagreements. Don't hesitate to share your thoughts, memories, or unique perspective about Tom Cruise. Like, share, and subscribe to join us as we explore the lives of cinema's greatest icons. Judd Apatow, praised as one of Hollywood's premier comedy writers, has collaborated with countless big names throughout his career. But Tom Cruise is likely someone he'll never work with, at least not anytime soon. At the Directors Guild of America event, where hosts are notorious for their biting humor, Apatow's monologue zeroed in on Cruise with such ferocity that some wondered if there was personal animosity at play. Apatow kicked things off by poking fun at Cruise's height, and from there, he pulled no punches. He referenced Cruise's most infamous moments, including the notorious couch-jumping incident, and dove into even more sensitive territory, criticizing Cruise's parenting and his outspoken opposition to antidepressants. Apatow even joked that maybe Cruise should stop doing his own stunts, suggesting that a 60-year-old might think twice about jumping off mountains if he were on antidepressants. He didn't hold back from speculating whether Cruise's affiliation with Scientology was what fueled his daring feats at this age. These pointed jabs made it abundantly clear that Judd Apatow harbors a significant grudge against Tom Cruise. In an interview, Mark Wahlberg directly responded to comments linked to Tom Cruise, who had compared the hardship of being away from his children during filming to serving military duty overseas, specifically referencing Afghanistan. Wahlberg was deeply offended by such a comparison and didn't hesitate to voice his strong disapproval. He made it crystal clear that no matter how intense an actor's training might be for a role, it's nothing compared to the real-life struggles faced by Navy SEALs. Wahlberg criticized the sheer audacity of making such claims while sitting comfortably in a makeup chair preparing for scenes. He further argued that actors who can retreat to the comfort of a hotel room after a day's work should refrain from drawing such parallels to military service. Nazanin Boniadi's experience with the Church of Scientology was anything but positive. She was reportedly presented to Tom Cruise as a partner after his breakup with Nicole Kidman. The pairing left both of them feeling confused, but they attempted to make it work to appease the church. It didn't take long before Boniadi realized that Cruise's loyalty to Scientology overshadowed everything else. During one particularly distressing episode, Boniadi was struck by a severe migraine that made it impossible to process instructions from the church's leader, a moment that sent Cruise into a rage. In a fit of anger, Cruise confronted her aggressively, screaming in her face and then slamming his fist into a desk while never breaking eye contact. Weeks later, through a church intermediary, Boniadi was told that her relationship with Cruise was over and that she needed to move on. Given everything that transpired, it's entirely understandable if Boniadi harbors deeply negative feelings toward Cruise. Matt Lauer, famed for his extensive run at NBC and his interviews with the world's most high-profile personalities, found himself in a notably tense live interview with Tom Cruise. This confrontation took place during Cruise's tumultuous promotional tour for War of the Worlds. By the time it was Lauer's turn, it was clear he wasn't planning to give Cruise an easy ride. The conversation started off predictably enough, focused on the movie. But soon Lauer shifted gears, digging into hot-button topics like Scientology and Cruise's relationship with Katie Holmes, which he insinuated might just be for publicity. The questions clearly struck a nerve, with Cruise bristling and accusing Lauer of being glib and uninformed. Despite Lauer's persistent challenges, Cruise managed to maintain his composure, defending his position and keeping control, even when the questions veered into personal and deeply sensitive territory, such as his rights as a father. If you found this helpful, show your support by liking, sharing, and subscribing for more exciting content. Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise, both lauded for their acting brilliance and fame, ran into serious friction while co-starring in Interview with the Vampire. The collaboration came loaded with massive expectations for both stars. Cruise faced doubts from the novel's original author about his suitability for the role, while Pitt wrestled with the stress of sharing the spotlight with someone of Cruise's stature. The film's dark subject matter and grueling production conditions only added to Pitt's discontent. On set, Pitt experienced significant discomfort and rivalry, often feeling that his character was less compelling than Cruise's and that he was being overshadowed during filming. The dynamic between them became fiercely competitive, creating an atmosphere thick with tension. Pitt even described their relationship metaphorically, saying it was as if Cruise was heading north while he himself was going south. After their collaboration on this film, Pitt and Cruise have never worked together again. Rumors have swirled that Pitt has labeled Cruise as completely insane, suggesting he harbors a lingering animosity toward his former co-star. Brooke Shields and Tom Cruise were once the picture of friendship, former co-stars who shared genuine warmth and respect that many admired. Yet everything began to unravel when Tom Cruise repeatedly aired unsolicited opinions for the world to hear, especially on sensitive subjects. The turning point came when Brooke Shields opened up on national television about using medication to battle postpartum depression, never expecting such a backlash from someone she considered a close friend. Tom Cruise launched into a public tirade, implying Shields was uninformed about the medication she endorsed and boldly claiming he knew far more than she did. Stunned by his attack, Shields didn't hold back, responding with sharp wit and telling Cruise to stick to acting, especially referencing his role in War of the Worlds as a pointed, humorous jab. Later, realizing he'd crossed the line, Cruise made a personal visit to Brooke Shields' home to offer a heartfelt apology for his words. It was the sincerity of this gesture that finally eased Shields' heart, allowing her to let go of any lingering resentment and move forward with forgiveness. In 2019, Justin Bieber sent the internet into a frenzy when he unexpectedly challenged Tom Cruise to a fight, his viral tweet igniting endless speculation and memes across social media. Bieber publicly called out the Hollywood star, taunting that any silence on Cruise's part would be proof of fear. He even tagged UFC President Dana White, urging him to host the imaginary showdown. Yet Cruise remained completely silent, never acknowledging the challenge or responding to Bieber's bait. Later, during an interview with James Corden, Bieber admitted that his tweet was inspired by a recent Cruise interview and was never intended to be taken seriously. Still, Bieber boldly claimed he'd have the upper hand if they ever did face off in the ring, insisting he'd walk away victorious. The real reason behind Bieber's sudden animosity toward Cruise remains a mystery. Tom Cruise's journey is one of the most remarkable, multi-layered, and controversial stories in modern Hollywood. From legendary roles that have made history and box office blockbusters to moments when he faced storms of criticism and scandal, Tom Cruise has always maintained an unbreakable spirit, constantly striving to become an irreplaceable icon of global cinema. He stands as proof of extraordinary determination, perseverance, and an unwavering passion for the art of filmmaking. Whether you admire him or remain skeptical, no one can deny the magnetic charisma, boundless energy, and tireless dedication Tom Cruise brings to every role. He captivates audiences not just with breathtaking action scenes, but also inspires millions to believe in the power of daring to be different, pushing past every limit to chase their dreams. And what about you? Which film, moment, or story about Tom Cruise has left the deepest impression on you? Share your thoughts in the comments below and help us build a vibrant, movie-loving community. Don't forget to like, share this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss any of our next amazing stories. Join us, because today's story might just inspire you on your own journey.